Hey guys.
Let me get set up. Hey guys, I'm Mary. It's such an honor to speak to you guys today, Joshua's siblings, staff, and our friends and family. I would like to talk about perseverance. Perseverance. Whew. That was the word God gave my mom to give me as she hugged me goodbye at the end of moving day. Right over there to be exact. You persevere, Mary. You don't give up. Geddes don't quit. That is true. We don't. Because of our Heavenly Father. Perseverance was the word she told me over the phone when I would cry to her about a hard day. That was the word when my beliefs were challenged. That was the word when I felt like my whole life was shaken up. That was the word I remembered and thought of when thinking of the Israelites in the wilderness. I thought of perseverance when reading about Paul, how he suffered in order for the gospel to be heard. This word means the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. It is a synonym of steadfastness, which is the definition of the Lord's love. I was late that day moving into Joshua. Many doubts flooded my head. I was terrified that day, and truthfully most of Joshua. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I felt unprepared and chaotic. I missed my friends. I missed my family. I questioned a lot. Many fears overwhelmed my soul, but I knew it was right. He opened the door so wide, I could not walk through it. I felt like I was stepping into the unknown, which I was. The thing with God, though, He calls you into the unknown. He calls you into the waves so you can see who created them. He calls your name in the storm and reminds you to have faith. He's got you. He calls you into the wilderness so you can see the pillar of cloud following you by day and the pillar of fire by night. He allows failure so He can come in and redeem. I failed a lot in Joshua, but He constantly redeemed me. Many wounds opened up again, but the Lord is healing them all. I faced many difficulties, but the Lord brought me through. I cried many tears, but the Lord got them all. I felt the most alone, but God brought me brothers and sisters and leaders time and time again to remind me I'm not. You can see His faithfulness in the unknown. You can see and hear Him call your name as you seek Him wholeheartedly. Even in the pain and trials, you hear Him whisper, I have you, my child. Do not fear. I know what is best for you. In Joshua, it was hard to persevere. When you lost a friend, when you went stir crazy in the building, when you just missed your family, when life at home was out of control, when giving up felt like the easiest to do. It was hard to go on at times for all of us. But I learned my God and the saints that came before us did the same thing. They had fear. They did turn to things other than the Lord. How alike we are. They made idols above the Father, but also they took risks and laid down their lives. They gave up everything to follow Him. They left their fish nets to follow Him. They left all they knew to know who Jesus was. They persevered so they could live a life worthy of the gospel. The Lord in His steadfast love endures forever. With Him by my side in this program, I was able to persevere. I was able to go on. Along with my Joshua siblings who persevered with me, they inspired me to keep going as they struggled as well. I'm glad we did because we had a blast. From inside jokes to classroom discussions, we established relationships with one another deeper than anything I think we've ever known. How grateful I am for that. We are called to live lives worthy of the gospel. I thank the Lord for letting me start to understand the definition of steadfastness and persevering, even when it feels like you cannot take another step. He is faithful in little and faithful in much. May I serve Him and be faithful in little and faithful in much. Here's to this class of 23-24 Joshua year. What a challenging but rewarding experience these 9 months have been. Wouldn't want to have traveled, played board games, made quilt squares, cried, laughed, took class, did homework, walked down the hill at 5 a.m. with anyone else. Thank you, my Joshua siblings. You all have a special place in my heart now and forever. I love you all, and I cannot wait to see what the Lord does in each of your lives. Oh, to be like the Father. Give all we have just to know him. Jesus, there's no one besides you. You are forever the hope in our hearts. With that, I end with Romans 8:15 through 17, as it gave me peace throughout this year. And I charge my Joshua siblings this. For you did not receive the spirit of slavery to fall back into fear, but you have received the spirit of adoption as sons, by whom we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God, and if children, then heirs, heirs of God and fellow heirs with Christ, provided we suffer with him, in order that we may also be glorified with him. Thank you.